Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Blind. We are here, heading towards Highbridge to continue the main quest line here. We are looking for the spooky masked guy that's been showing up. Let's see if we can get some information here from Baru. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Baru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man? Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? Quest complete. Back on the archer, technically bard, I guess. Got to try to remember all this works. It's not too complicated. Got some songs. We got some attacks that only work sometimes if you've done a previous thing. It all works out. And we also have our Chocobo here, also helping out. You love to see it. Hibaru wants you to find La Brea, maybe. When the Order of Nalthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless Beastman raids, folks are too afraid to come within a malm of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. For my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares, spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah. Thought I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. I don't think we even can access his shop here. Just talk to him. Highbridge was meant to become the next Emerald Avenue. Where are the throngs of pilgrims come to marvel at the ruins below? And more importantly, where is their coin? Why is business so fickle? He's having a hard time. And this shows us where some other the merchants are. Had a few quests here previously. It's kind of completed. I've heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanaland too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Yeah, there's definitely a masked man. That we can confirm. But he's all around Thanaland. It's very flighty. This is my merchant. On the trail of a masked man? I have heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. Yep, that sounds like the guy. That sounds like the guy we're looking for. Look at all these merchants here, and nobody's coming over here to spend money. Sad times for them. Do I see a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't. Nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Kieran raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Problems all the way through. Now come. Go and return information here. It's about as we expected. He's here. He's a mess. He's also everywhere else. Judging by your expression, taking you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Coherent raids are so constant, so organized. We're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do. But that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Okay. We get some dye for this. Dye's all over the place. Here has information that will surely lead you to La Habrea. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own two eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, where I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man, your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if an answer, the Kieran something something. After the group had dispersed, the group of Kieran that showed up, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It would be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt. You've proven yourself more than a match for packs of rats. So what do you think? That's some solid, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Entirely possible that required doing some quests nearby here. There's a potential idea of us actually just doing the quests as we come to them. For the main quest idea here. It's an idea. Different ways to do things. Also depend what class you want to be on. And if the main quest out-levels itself here. Currently it's at level 25. And I'm not sure. Doing the quests in the area, and then coming back through, and then anything that pops up is directly related. That also kind of works. Got some axe beaks here to deal with. Just run past. Up on this rock. One way or another. Destination. A smoldering coal. Red hot piece of carbonized wood that, when placed on wet wood or leaves, will create a billowing tower of smoke that can be seen from all of us. See what this will do for us. Hostile presence. Corpse grade foot soldier. They're wildly overleveled for these basic guys. Alright. There was soldier guy there. Okay, that's one of these. Remove a detrimental effect. Effectively used. Mage's Ballad. Self and all party members increasing damage. Dealt by 1%. An 8% chance to repertoire to repeatedly while singing the Mage's Ballad. Reduce recast time of Bloodletter. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's worth having on. It's an instant recast, 120 seconds, duration 45. Yeah. I'm sure we're gonna get more songs and buffs and stuff. So we continue leveling up the bard here. Would make sense. Back across the high ridge again. Talking to him again. That was the... wasn't really a Kieran meeting. Got some other people. Back so soon? Were able to find any clues leading to your masked man? Apparently I found this scroll here. Ward of the Destroyer. Paperboard inscribed with a prayer to the patron deity of Alamigo, Roger. This scroll, it bears a prayer to Roger, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Roger is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guill that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That selfsame merchant also senses danger ahead and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? No, we gotta keep going. Here was a suggestion to help you with your investigation. The Alamigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little Alamigo over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favorite destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much help she'll be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has, relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hahira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I'd hope that you would linger here a while, cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you. Something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Alright. And once again, we've already been here and done stuff. It might make more narrative sense to do the quests as we get to the areas following the main story here. Would break it up slightly, but then we'd have to think of how we want to get experience on the other classes. We still have so many more that we haven't gotten XP in. I'm just here. We did Thaumaturge, completing all the available quests in this entire region. We do probably at least one more over in Lanasia. There's still quite a few more. If we want to do the main quest on a different style, we need to get it up to at least the required level. And then there's every possibility that we would run into having to get a level before we can continue doing the quest. There's also a smidge awkward to deal with. Something to think about. Here we go. Why, yes. He was my father. He said, what? Wish you could be a better daughter to him. It's just that, oh, I'm sorry. Shouldn't bother you with my family matters. I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? Afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I recommend you first speak with Gumbadal, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Gundabal. And there. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked man. Looking for a masked villain, you say? Why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You're not welcome here. Begone. Boo. Quest complete. Okay. It looks like we got a quest here that's popped up. And then actual continuation here. So we can do both. This is related. Bad blood. A hero would seek your help in an attempt to provide aid to the refugees. Friends, hear my plea. As you have no doubt observed, many poor souls in this camp suffer from afflictions most grievous. Indeed, it is to deliver them succor that I have made the journey here from Oda. And yet, I fear that my efforts thus far have been for naught. The residents are most distrustful of outsiders, particularly those hailing from Oda. Look upon my medicine as if it were poison. Were an adventurer such as yourself to deliver the elixir, perhaps they would be willing to accept it. I have no one else to turn to. Will you go in my stead? Sure. This is bad blood. Earl, how you doing? Cough, wheeze, me throat, it burns. Deep green tonic. Simple glance will not reveal what strange ingredients were used to brew this curious concoction. It's probably fine. Medicine, you say? Bah. I'd sooner drink sandworm piss than that old swill. He's not having a good time. Alright. Turn in the other ones here. I suppose also grab the main quest here. So that's going. Flame Commander. Giselbert. You aid in a manhunt. Well, Mad Adventurer, I'm Giselbert, head of security here at Little Alamigo. Heard tell that you have business with Gundabald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. Well, thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man where I can. You seem a decent sort. You tell me what's brought you here, maybe I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for Hamilton to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, there are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thailand tea so as to lift their spirits. Or to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. Sounds like a pretty good plan. Let's continue helping out in here first. That's a little bit to the south. That's fine. Manageable. I kind of expect these other two to also not be interested. Where are they at? Are they upstairs? Get up. Here we go. Layers. They've got some. Telling. I can't breathe. Would you like an elixir? Ah, another phony elixir cooked up by those all done quacks. Be gone from my sight. And how it is? How you doing? What is it, outsider? Come to mock us in our suffering? Go ahead and laugh. Laugh to your heart's content. Elixir? That's what I think of your outsiders and your medicine. I'd rather die with dignity than owe my life to Ulda. Yeah. That's going well. Okay. Definitely not making much progress here. They knew that it was still their elixir here. So the whole adventure angle didn't work out. No luck, I see. Take heart, friend. You did what you could. Age-old wounds are not healed so easily. I must not give up this cause. And choose potions. What's your next plan? Hero wonders if there might be another remedy the refugees might accept. Trying to help in some way here, at least. After giving the matter some thought, it struck me that perhaps it is not me that the refugees so distressed, rather the medicine itself. The Alamegans are wary of outsiders, this is true, and I suspect it is the thought of ingesting an alchemical concoction of Oldan make that frightens them most of all. A naive girl's wishful thinking, perhaps, but it is the only hope I have. There's a kindly old refugee by the name of Alfan, the only one thus far to accept my treatment. May I speak with him and ask if there's any truth to my theory? Sure. Back up this way. Only got one person. I was alright with it. My goodness. Hey there. Hail there, young one. Or brings one as hale and hearty as yourself to this God's forsaken place. Ah, here. In me years, I've seen many an outsider come and go, but none quite like that girl. I don't begrudge me countrymen their judgments, of course. Gods know they've seen Oldan at its worst. But it's clear, even to me clouded old eyes, that the girl means well. I can't bring myself to scorn her good intentions. But forgive me, you were asking about medicine, were you not? We Alamegans aren't much for alchemy. We've got our fair share of remedies passed down through the years. Steep the fruit of some tender in hot water, for instance. And you get yourself a tea that'll soothe the worst of fevers. Call it an old man's hunch. I have a feeling that even the most stubborn of my countrymen would gladly down a cup of old cactus tea, even if it were the one's lass who did the ruin. Seems like a possible direction we can go with that. Now, you get some Sabbatender bits for that. Oh. And the guys to the south. We need to bring their stuff. Sabbatender's in here? Yep. What's required? Cannot use yet. This other particular one doesn't have it, apparently. Let's go faster. Regular attack. Regular attack. We also have some damage over time attacks we can do. It's an option. Okay. Let's find the guys we're looking for here. Good jump. Play in private. Who the hell are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Sweet Thanalan tea. Piping hot infusion of freshly picked young Thanalan tea leaves, mixed with rich algoat cream, and a generous spoonful of golden cactar flower honey. I'd like one of these. Well, ain't you considerate? My thanks, friend. Was that a masked villain? Hiding among the refugees like as not. Your compatriots, as live here, go about as though they're dead on their feet. It's impossible to tell what's on their minds. But I know they're all up to no good. We're slightly heading south here. A little close to this mess down this way. There's a fade happening here, level 45. That doesn't inspire confidence here, does it? Oh, goodness. Angry River. You there. Are you an Holoja? No? Then carry on. Tea for you. Ah, the sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had a drop of sweet Thanalan. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. This has got dark, scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, so the face of a lizard that I don't give a mummer's fart. And the last guy here, getting dangerously close to this level 40 plus fate here. We're level 36, but I mean that's only 6 levels. That's honestly almost doable. If we only have to fight one guy. There's all those flame recruits there. Shoo shoo, don't bother me. If the Eldritch overrun us, I'm blaming you. Want some tea? Hmm? For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry. A suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, with the mask and the robe. But assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assumed he was one of them. These guys are being taken prisoner by these guys. That's the fate here. Won't be able to complete that, since it's too high of a level. We would get less contribution for being low level. Comparatively, at least. Okay. Turn in both of these. So the masked man is definitely around here somewhere. So that's something. Can we jump these rocks? Yes, we can. Got some more of the guards here. Okay. Let me. It's definitely a place they got here. Ah, you're back. So do my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, it seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. We're currently doing that by doing the other quests in the area. What do we get here? Some bandana, spectacles, 25 stuff, silver. We'll take the money this time. Gizbert would offer you some advice regarding your investigation. Okay. So you're determined to press on with your investigation, and I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust. The best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, some of their respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Ul'dah. The Alamegans are bound by something far stronger. It's not as tangible. A common purpose. The purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Alamegan resistance. So your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you may want to start by asking them. And turn this quest in here. A traditional Alamegan remedy made from steeping fruit of sabatender in hot water. Well, I had no idea. I owe them my gratitude. Here is the fruit itself. Not to be confused with cactar fruit, which, while similar in color, flavor, shape, texture, toxicity, hardness, and rarity, is nothing like its sabatender counterpart. Of course. We brew it. Soak it. 1, 2, 3 cups of cactus tea. Well, I do hope I've not overbrewed this. Please, friend, deliver the tea to the suffering refugees. Alright. Should go over better. My throat. Eh, you again. Told you I'd sooner drink cactus tea. To make cactus tea, sabatender fruit is dried, ground to a fine powder, left to sit a full night under Raphinia's gaze to frighten away the spirit of the sabatender that dwelled inside the seeds. The powder is then added to boiling water and stirred until a foam forms upon the water's surface. Foam is given to break fever. The remaining liquid discarded under a rock found to the north of the patient. Is that cactus tea I smell? Well, stop dawdling and hand it over. Can't you see I'm suffering here? Tea for you. That'll work. With cactus tea, you know it's got cactus in it. Other stuff could be anything. It's a system. Other guys over here. They're up here. Yep, it's the same guys we talked to earlier. So the old wrench that'll have none of her foul alchemy. Tea. Cactus tea. Just like my dear mom used to brew it. I don't know where you came by this, but you're a godsend. Very good. I'll go to the grave before I'm gulled by all in quackery. Tea. Old offense recipe, no doubt. I'll drink it. If the old girl thinks a cup of tea can heal years of suffering, she'd best think again. You'd be surprised. Okay. Back this way. It's kind of central area. Doesn't have quite as many people in it. Just a merchant guy, chocobo keep. Some of the guards. That's okay. They truly drink it. Oh, I've waited for this day. Even I am not so foolish as to think that I've earned the trust of the refugees. But on the long road to peace and understanding, even the smallest step matters. More die. Right. We need to speak with Minfilia. Back over here now. Foot in the door. At least get us started on this direction. We accomplish that with a good old Vesper Bay Aetheryte ticket. Get us back over here again. We will see about all that. The other quests around the area could technically just be flavor on top of doing the main quest. Depends if they're actually required or not. Something to consider. But anyways, back into the Waking Sands. Enter, enter, enter. And then we immediately use another section here. Anything even here? There's a repair guy, and that's it. This outer section of the Waking Sands is definitely not used too much here. This meeting room gets a lot of use, though. That's something. Okay. We'll see what advice Minfilia has here. Get us more in with the little Amigan guys. Continue our search for the masked villain. Next time. Goodbye.